Okay, today on the vlog we're going to take you through a tutorial on how that was done. First off, the equipment. So always for any kind of night work you want a tripod. So here I'm using the Manfrotto 503, I think. Next off, camera. I used the 70D, and for this shoot it was just the standard kit lens. It's a really good lens to get with the 70D. The newer model is the 80D, which is just a wee bit better. Settings, or before that, actually one more piece of equipment that you're going to need to do a shoot like this, which is a timing device. So these are about like 10 bucks on eBay. Now you've got your timer, camera and tripod, you're all set to go. Settings wise, this was a 4-second exposure, and I was doing shots every 2 seconds. I really could have done 4-second exposure shots, one every second. I think would have just improved the whole effect. And I think also the length, how many shots. I did 100 shots. I think you could do quite a bit more than that, 200 or 300, to make it a bit longer. Other settings I used an ISO of 200. You could use an ISO of 100. I think both those would be appropriate. The other thing I was using here, so I'm in full manual, and I guess you want to know about aperture. So unusually I had the aperture on 18. The widest aperture is 22 on this lens. Not sure why I didn't use 22. It must have just been the way the photo looked. So the wider apertures are going to be better because of your depth of field. You don't want a low aperture and have that shallow depth of field because you won't be able to focus things at night. So that's the physical equipment and setup, and now I'm going to show you what I did on the computer to create the time lapse. Okay, first thing we want to do on the computer is load up Lightroom. And as you can see, I've already imported the folder. So go into your library, go into add folder. I've already added this folder. And then this is the folder that I added from. So you're selecting your folder. So I'll just reselect it so you can kind of see what I'm doing. And so it's this folder, and then I go select. Then you get this screen where you can actually import all the photos. So that's what I've done there. I might as well re-import them then. This was something I had in the folder which had nothing to do with it. Oops. Yeah. Right. Next, what you want to do is down here you've got this one selected, you scroll along to the end, and you press the shift key and click this one. That'll select all of them. And then what I like to do is choose kind of a random photo. I'm going to choose this one because it kind of looks like it's got interesting light and stuff like that. Go into develop, and this is where you can start to adjust those settings. Like this is what the raw image looks like, and it looks pretty good the way it is, but you know, you can adjust like the brightness, and if you want to boost that up a bit. Obviously you want the effect of it looking quite dark at night. So yeah, just play around. Saturation, give it that real gold look if you want from these lights. But as I say, I already did that. Once you've adjusted that one photo, you click on the sync, and it will actually put all the photos, apply the same settings to all the photos. And then once you've got all your photos done, you'll just simply export them into put into a subfolder and make them reasonably large. Still, you'll make them JPEGs, and I made them 2,500 pixels. So once I've done that, I actually just loaded this directly up into Premiere. So once you're in Premiere, you'll just really be importing, and you'll click on the first image and you'll make sure this image sequence is clicked, and then you'll click open, and it will actually load all the pictures in this folder. And what it will create is this here, which is for the 90 something pictures I had, I think it was 91 pictures, it created basically 3 seconds of footage. And then I just drag that onto the timeline. I've put that at 30%, so only 30% there, and that's it. That's really it. That's just music that I've put in the background. Potentially improvements, as I said, would be 1 second, taking a photo every 1 second. And the other thing could be, if you wanted some kind of sound effect, is actually taking a zoom recorder with you and putting that beside the camera, and then you could speed that up, or create some kind of car racing sound effects to go with this. Cool. Hope you enjoyed this tutorial.